Welcome, Soul on Fire family. Hello, community. I am so excited that today is not only the longest day of the year, and I have been up since 4:55 to make sure that I get the most of this beautiful, bright day that we have on June 20th this year. And I also am very excited that the full moon is occurring at the same time, and the spiritual significance of those two events happening at the same time, I wanted to share with you so that you had potentially a little more insight and information as to how you can harness this energy for yourself, for your own evolution, for your own spiritual growth, for your own higher levels of consciousness. So, I wanted to read first what a website shared about the spiritual significance and what the energies of this full moon and the solstice mean. This comes from tohigherconsciousness.com. I love that name. And what this website had to say about it is that we, of course, have this beautiful full moon that is full at 4:02 Pacific time. So the moon is already full and it's in the sign of Sagittarius. And a full moon is always a time of culmination and manifestation. It's also a time when you can take inventory of what is no longer serving you and shed, because the moon is full. And what's going to happen now as it starts to wane is that we can shed those layers that no longer serve us. So today is a great day for inner reflection and for just tuning into your own inner world, where you're at in the different areas of your life. Take inventory. How is everything going? How is everything going from your retreat? How is everything going from the January retreat? From where you were in January and the goals and visions that you set. Now we are entering the summer. We're at the peak of light, at the peak of awareness and consciousness on this day, June 20th, 2016. So just take some time to reflect. That would be my first suggestion. So when the moon is at its full capacity of energy, we can utilize and harness that energy toward our own spiritual and creative work. This full moon in particular is the second full moon in the sign of Sagittarius this year before it enters Capricorn at 4:55 Pacific Standard Time. So in about 15 minutes. This this full moon is our second full moon, and Sagittarius energy is about higher knowledge, intuition, and expansion of our realities. So what they wrote is that this is published on June 19th by Starstorm, is the person who wrote it on this tohigherconsciousness.com. So that there is a transformative energy stirring within the matrix of the earth, bringing experiences to us that are teaching us to see things from a higher perspective. Many experiences and situations may have presented themselves into our reality with a limiting perspective, one where one way of perceiving something has limited our own understanding. So the Sagittarius energy is here to remind us to not solely focus on just one piece of the puzzle, but to try to understand the bigger picture in any situation that is presenting itself. Reflecting on all aspects of a situation may bring deeper insight and clarity toward the bigger picture of the puzzle. So what I'm feeling there is that as this transformative energy is stirring things up, which I have absolutely been feeling the past couple of weeks. I've been feeling it since the full moon, the previous full moon, which happened to be at the time of the last Soul on Fire retreat and in May. So May 20th, around those dates. And that these experiences that have been coming to us and that have been coming to myself and that have been showing up in my clients' lives and my friends' lives are certainly here to teach us to see things from a higher perspective. And there's been this sort of rumbling of old, outdated programming and limiting beliefs and ideas that keep us separate, that keep us separate from our true nature, that keep us separate from our brilliance, that keep us separate from our gifts, that keep us separate from each other, that keep us separate from love. So these old, outdated programs that no longer serve us, when we find ourselves just all consumed with what we think we should be doing, or we find ourselves overwhelmed by all the energies that are around us, or all of the things we think that we should be doing, we think we should be farther, we look out in the world and we start comparing ourselves and saying, I should already be doing that. I could have already written that book. I should be out there teaching that class. Should. And the bricks just get heavier and heavier and heavier, and they weigh us down. It could be even looking at someone who you perceive to be in a healthy, loving, happy relationship, and you wish that you would have that. There's always something outside of yourself that you're craving or you're yearning for, that you think is going to bring you the happiness and peace and harmony and love and connection that you so desire. So this energy is giving us the opportunity to rise up above the density of those thoughts, that old way of thinking, and see things from a higher perspective. So be aware that that's the energy that is supporting us right now. It's an energy to kind of stir things up, bring things up, so that we can shine the light of awareness on them in these bright, sunny days, and use and harness the energy of the sun and the light to illuminate those dark parts within us that no longer serve us. Okay. So this is really when, obviously, the summer solstice is bringing the fullest amount of light to Earth, bringing our awareness toward higher planes. And it's geared toward our own spiritual evolution. And this full moon, in particular, the second Sagittarius full moon, is reminding us to see the bigger picture in things. Okay, so that is what tohigherconsciousness.com had to say. You can look it up online if you'd like. And I also wanted to read to you what one of my favorite websites, I adore mysticmama.com. If you don't know her yet, definitely hop online and check her out. So she's talking about this alchemical magic that this full moon in Sagittarius and solstice is bringing us. So both the sun and the moon at their peak, they're both at their peak. So they bring us illumination of patterns that need to be rewoven or reorganized within our psyche, within our relationships, and within the greater collective reality. She says the arrow of truth is swift and on point, bearing the way, illuminating the truth within you. So if you feel that there are some patterns of behavior and relationships that are kind of getting stirred up, know that you're not alone. I'm going through it. You know, my clients, my friends are going through it. My community is going through it. There's a lot of stuff coming up for us right now to reevaluate and to really just heal and love and integrate, so that we can just free ourselves from those delusions of the illusion that's keeping us separate, that ego-based thought system, that fear-based thought system that keeps us separate from one another, separate from ourselves, and separate from our Creator. So let's utilize the energy of this time, this solstice, and evaluate what's coming up for us to be rewoven within our own psyche and in our relationships. She says on this full moon solstice, take time to be still and connect to your heart, to the beating, pulsing heart of the cosmos. Like our ancestors before us, we are reminded that we are a part of it, an intrinsic part of this cosmic weave. Whether we are welcoming summer in the northern hemisphere, or for our friends in winter in the southern hemisphere, we are one planet, one breathing, living, collective being. Let's unite our prayers together today for a more expansive, inclusive energy on the planet so that we can coexist and mend the way for a brighter future for our children and our children's children and all living things on earth. So just think about that for a moment and allow yourself to go into prayer at some point today to really pray for this more expansive and inclusive energy so that we can coexist in peace and harmony with each other. Just setting that intention, setting that prayer for peace and harmony and this collective energy to be supportive here on earth, healing any sense of separation that you might feel in your own heart toward anyone outside of you. Seeing yourself as one, just allowing yourself to get into the energy and the vibration of oneness and healing any sense of separation that you see with anyone outside of yourself. Doing the work for yourself to help transform this on the planet. And then she also listed some other insights that I thought some of them really stood out to me. So I'm going to try to go through there and bring some of those up. Let's see here. She's saying that the Sagittarius moon is jolted awake with Uranus in a stimulating trine from Aries. So it's one of those moments, you know the kind, where the pieces fuse together in a new awareness and suddenly the future looks brighter. So I've absolutely experienced that in the last 12 hours, 24 hours, where all the stuff that was getting stirred up inside of me and was coming up for me to take a deeper look at, to really reflect upon, to heal within myself. And from that place of deeper understanding and really loving and having compassion for the parts of me that are scared to go bigger, the parts of me that are scared to finally get out of my own way in a much bigger way so that I can expand and just get to this new place within my life and within my business and how I'm serving all of you. And now those pieces are falling together again because I allowed them to get stirred up. I took the time to evaluate what was there, to understand it, to peel back the layers, and then to reorganize it. So today I spent time creating my goals with soul. I went through and really evaluated what my top priorities are, how I can be of greatest service to you and to myself for my life, and what projects I want to bring to life that will be of highest service to humanity. And I'm really excited about all of the things that came up, such as filling my Soul on Fire retreat when I open the doors for registration, and launching my new podcast, and creating a guidebook, a manual, a workbook, a Soul on Fire workbook, both for my one-on-one clients and for my retreat participants. So I'm super excited to finally bring some of that onto paper in a more structured and organized way so that you have a guidebook to take home with you. And so I'm really excited about that. And there's just a lot of projects that I'm excited about. I'm co-creating a class with James Brown of Vedic Meditation in July. We're going to co-create a flow consciousness workshop, and that's going to be really exciting. That's going to be right before he teaches another round of Vedic meditation here. And then we're going to be teaching together a rounding workshop for existing meditators. So that's super exciting. That's happening in July. And I'm also going to do a flow challenge online to help get people into this state of living and just living in faith instead of fear, and flowing with life so that you know that you're supported, being in a state of constant surrender and just showing up so that you can be a channel of light and love, so that you can stand in your truth with ease and grace. There's no attachment, there's no holding on. So I'm going to create some awesome content for you around that and launch that at some time in July. So probably the first week in July. I have a lot to do. So, and instead of feeling overwhelmed, I feel excited. I feel expanded. Why? Because I've taken the time to go deeper within myself and to do this work and to reorganize and restructure from this place of greater awareness and understanding. So, I want to invite you to take some time today to reflect on your own life and just pay attention to what's been coming up for you and the areas that might need some support. If you need mentorship, please feel free to reach out to me. If you need one-on-one coaching, if you need support from my community, please reach out. I want you to know that you're not alone, and I want you to know that I'm here for you and that I want to see you expanding into this new awareness and this new consciousness and making decisions that truly, truly serve you and your life and you fulfilling your life on purpose and standing in love and standing in light and standing in your truth and allowing this beautiful, bright day of the sun to illuminate what is dark within your own heart that needs healing and just bringing that to the light of awareness of this day, of this long summer day. And as we step into summer and celebration and harvest and really just celebrating life, getting outside and connecting to nature at some point is going to be super helpful. So I hope that this serves you. I hope that this is helpful, that it was inspiring. If you want to read more about what the different astrologers have to say about today, go to mysticmama.com and check out her article on the full moon in Sagittarius, solstice June 20th, 2016. That is the title of the article. All right, everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm sending you so much love. And I wish that I had a huge house and I could invite you all over for a fire ceremony, because fire ceremony, full moon and a solstice, amazing. So just if wherever you are, do your own ceremony, even if it's just with a candle and burning something symbolizing the release of whatever it is you're releasing and the calling in of whatever it is you're calling in, and getting clear on aligning your life with soul, getting clear on aligning your life from a place of love, from faith, from surrender, from this higher awareness. Okay, it's been a long video already, and I'm sure you're ready to go get started with this inner inquiry and reflection. I love you all so much. Thank you for being a part of this community, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Satnam.